seconds long.
Yeah.
It's really short.
Yeah. But
so we get those episode counts up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have had a busy week, both with work, and I finished Ghosts of Tsushima, and it was really good. It wasn't perfect. Out of the overall climax of the story, the first half, 3/4 of the climax was, I think, not that well done. It wasn't bad, but there were some frustrating parts, and the level design seemed frustrating where it wasn't clear what to do. So when the time we were supposed to be feeling, I was like, eh. Overall, it was good though. And then the actual last post climax finale part was very good, in my opinion. Highly recommend, as I've been saying since I started playing it.
Cool.
Now I'm moving on to other games. I have Last of Us 2. I might actually start that now, but I have other games I could finish first.
Yeah. I tried to write a playbook for Blades in the Dark based around Ratatouille, where you are a rat piloting a person.
Yes.
But the tone of it seems so off because I have to restart it because it all seems very abusive to the human you're piloting. It doesn't get the symbiotic relationship of Luigi. No, is it Luigi? I forget his name.
I know it's Linguini, I think.
Linguini and Remy have a very symbiotic relationship, and I have to restart the whole project so I could get the capture of the symbiotic relationship of mech and pilot.
That's fair.
Remy and Luigi have, because that feels very important to making it not really abusive for being an evil rat piloting a human.
Then how would it be very different from Possession?
Yeah. I got halfway through it and I was rereading it. It seemed like this is very possessing. It very much feels like you're possessed by a rat in this, which is not what I want. I want the symbiotic rat man.
Yeah, you are both the rat and the man together. And the rat has some skills and the man has others. Yeah. You could have two mini lists of special abilities, one for the rat.
Yeah, I might need to farm some help out for that because I really want the feel of you are the one being, rat and person, going through.
I mean, we could not so hard. It's a lot more literal, but it doesn't seem like it would be that hard to adapt it for a custom playbook for someone like Zaid or like an animal spirit person. It'd be different, but like.
It's not a spiritual relationship.
Oh, I know. It's literal. You pilot them by holding their hair.
Yeah. The rat is a puppeteer. I came up with a funny name, like Vermiteer. Just like
that's great.
Of like vermin and puppeteer.
Yeah.
What you could do is essentially have skills that are the rat as like the pilot, and then have a bunch of veteran abilities that apply to the person, right?
Yeah, that might be it.
Driver from Apocalypse World and.
And like all of your playbook
upgrade your person like a car.
You might just have a bunch of veteran playbook advances, like spots.
Yeah,
and then have like a couple specific rat ones. But I definitely wanted different harm counters for both the rat and the man.
Yep.
So the rat, if you take level 2, if the rat takes level 2 harm, they die.
That makes sense.
The rat.
Yeah, specifically the rat. If the rat takes level 2 harm, they die, and you can. But the flip side being, the man has like more resistance to harm because it's not their will piloting them, so they can ignore things like broken bones. And...
that's super dark though.
It is a Blades of the Dark playbook.
Yeah. I'd make it that would probably be a push yourself thing to me if it was to remain symbiotic.
Yeah, push yourself to ignore all injury of the like piloted man.
Yeah. No, that sounds great. That has potential.
And then I also wrote another short little game about being stuck on an island.
I saw that. I didn't get a chance to read it, but I saw that it was
a 2-player game with no game master, and you're both marooned on an island.
What is the name of it?
What's so cool about being marooned on an island with you?
Yes.
I want to play that with my girlfriend.
Yeah, there's like one rule. It's a one-rule game. There's like one rule to do anything. And the only way that if you fail the rule, there's the mechanic of you succeed at someone else's expense. But there's only 2 people on the island, so
it's the other person.
The other person on the island.
That's actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I did that instead of my homework that I finished right before the stream.
Classic.
Yeah.
I have a Breadwinner, my sandwich
Oh, I
building
saw you
card
put it
game.
on tabletop.
It's on
Sim?
Tabletop Sim. It's in beta. There's still some things I need to fix, but I already have the next version of it underway, and actually, I would call it mostly done. Right now, I'm just awaiting artwork from the artist. More artwork, finishing that up.
I can't believe you had to commission somebody's sandwich.
Yeah.
Sandwich
I have
art.
commissioned 89 pieces of sandwich art.
I mean, you made the right choice in commissioning sandwich art. It's just.
Yep. I looked at it, I compared it to the photos, and I think the art does work better, especially now that I'm putting it in to the what's this? Why is my okay, go away. I moved some chords, some weird noises happened. It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, now that I redid the art of the card in general to fit the style of the art that I wanted. It's very kid friendly, easy to read, bright, colorful,
Yeah,
but not
I would hope the sandwich game would be family friendly.
exactly. It is.
I
So.
want an expansion that is dark, like to serve
Blood
man.
sandwiches. Yeah. The Hannibal Lecter expansion of Sandwich
Hannibal
of
Lecter
Breadwinner.
expansion.
I don't think cannibalism is the tack. That's like the obvious how to make the sandwich game dark is to go cannibalism. But I think you could
Monster
you
meat
could make it
or something
dark
like that.
without doing cannibalism. You could find some other also not safe for kids. Things.
Got
There's
it.
other choices to make it a dark adult version.
There are dark versions of every card that are unethically sourced.
Yes. Okay, hold on. Come on, Excel, open up. I'm putting this
It's
in.
like slave-grown tomatoes. Like
Factory farm chicken.
Turning
Factory
everything
farm
to Cards Against
chicken.
Humanity.
Yeah.
Remote
Expansion.
laden meat.
GMO versus organic.
Yeah, mid-city abattoir.
Yeah.
just considered meat. Like it just in that line.
Technically meat.
Technically meat.
The government issued edition.
Yeah.
Please, you have to have. Okay, it's not a Canadian thing, but you have to
No, it's
include
American
government cheese as a card.
Well, I
The
mean, I
artist
have cheese product as a card.
No. Government cheese is a very
Is that different?
specific block-shaped cheese unit.
Oh,
It is a
okay.
very specific molecule that is not food.
This is not American cheese or like cheese
No,
slices.
This is government cheese.
No,
Okay, now I'm really curious.
Hold on.
this is so bad.
I have never heard of this.
Government cheese. Processed
The
cheese
first picture you
provided to
Google
welfare
is Reagan
beneficiaries.
holding an indescribable block of dairy-like product.
I see that.
It's looks like Velveeta, maybe, but it certainly doesn't taste like it.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna send an image that is the only image you need to understand government cheese, and then you'll have the understanding.
Okay, I cannot see the image on Discord at least.
Uh,
That
Without
looks.
removing the cameras.
Oh no.
I sent it on Discord.
Ah.
That is all you need to know about government
Yep.
cheese.
Alright, that's it. I'm opening it up anyways. Goodbye, cameras. Okay, I see that. I'm not sure if the stream sees that, but I do.
That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know.
But yeah, Breadwinner is going well. I've made a to-do list of like what I need to do, and it turns out that even when the game is done, if you want to do a like Kickstarter publishing it, there's still lots of stuff to do.
There's hoops.
Well, I mean, like, I have to. I am going to update my own logo, and obviously stat. But I'm like, okay, write the script for, record, edit, and double check your own Kickstarter video, the text. Make up stretch goals that are actually good instead of just stretch goals to have stretch goals.
Well, the stretch goals of government cheese.
Oh,
cards,
I've written that down just now.
Those are good stretch goals because it's not necessary to play the game or have fun. But as far as like a stretch goal goes, having an adult version of a sandwich game is great.
What would be a cool stretch goal is like the box it comes in is an actual bread box.
Ooh, deluxe version.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the like version in a
That
bread
would
box.
be
That's
The
why you make it
super-
a big stretch goal.
Yeah, the
Oh, yeah.
super, the super stretch, this not stretch goal, but the super high end version. You print all of the cards on actual sandwich material, so they get a box of like ham with the
Yeah.
card image printed on it. They get a box of lettuce with the card image printed on it, and you just send it with
What?
some dry ice and hope it works out.
Comes with
Well, I mean,
a
you
set
could
of
go the
actual
other
real
way with it and
ingredients.
Just have it be like vegetable ink sticker thing that you just put on your own meat. You know, supply your own meat. That way you can't get sued for poisoning anybody.
Food safe stickers. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, and you could probably look into like print your own playing card companies to get cheaply made cards.
Yes, that's likely what I'm going to do because like most board game manufacturers, they're big. They cost a lot more usually because their big thing is the actual plastic pieces that I don't need.
Yeah, yeah. You just need a couple posters and a couple packs of cards.
Yeah.
Posters for like a board to play on.
Yeah, I
You
need
probably find something better than a poster, but you get my point.
actually
Don't even need that.
cutting board playing mat would be great.
Ooh, that's a good one.
One of like the slip mats, like one of those plastic, like
Like the
cutting
Yeah.
table
boards.
mats.
Yeah, like what, like the thin,
The super thin ones that yeah, we have one of those, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you could find some way, even if it's like stick-on vinyl sticker,
Yeah,
you could get to go on top of one of those.
that would work.
There's so many kitchen utensils you can turn into game pieces for this.
Oh yeah. I'll add that as a thing to consider for stretch goals. Kitchen utensils expansion.
Oh no, I got another dumb idea.
I want every dumb idea.
The first player token is a chef's hat you put on.
See, I want that, or a knife, or serrated knife,
Or,
plastic
yeah.
one. But we don't need first player tokens. That's the thing. I thought about that.
Ah,
So,
the big
Sadly.
stretch goal is everyone gets chef hats.
ooh,
And custom embroidered hats.
Custom
With the
embroidered
logo.
hats.
Yeah.
Like
Get
on the front of the
logo.
hat.
yeah, with the breadwinner stamp.
Yeah.
Go find
Just
an
like,
embroidery
If
machine.
you buy the $500 breadwinner thing on Kickstarter, you get a chef's hat.
Yeah, and probably an apron. It has to come with an apron.
Oh, sure.
I mean, I have a great apron, but I never wear it because I don't wear aprons. But it should still come with it because some people do.
Yeah. I mean, I wear aprons.
And
I wear
then,
them, like,
I
every day.
think the chef's hat has more of a cool value than the
Yeah.
apron.
That's fair.
and then if you hit $1 million, you get your own little rat pilot to go
Oh,
under
yeah.
the.
He sent you a rat.
That I wouldn't do officially because there might be some. I might get the big mouse coming after me at that point.
Mm.
It's listen. The big mouse is shut down right now. You're good.
Yeah. Well, no.
Not
They're still
online.
going.
But yeah, I'm like, okay, print and play version. Make sure Tabletop Simulator works. Create my own budget because I don't have an actual budget for this in terms of how much I've spent, which is I don't think that much, but
It matters for taxes at the end.
exactly taxes. How much do I know how much I want to charge to buy the game, but can I actually do that? How many copies would I need to sell to break even?
I mean, the
Things
cheapest
like
way is
that.
cost of production plus 10
Yeah,
for pricing.
and for just a card game, it should be low cost of production. So I'm thinking either
Yeah.
15 or $20, depending on how it goes.
It depends on how much you get quoted for, and there's obviously going to be problems of like you have to buy 70, you have to buy
Yeah.
500 copies.
You have to
of the
fill
pack
a
of cards
warehouse
to get it.
with it. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
then if that is actually my best option, which is very unlikely, then how much is a warehouse?
Much is a warehouse. Can you classify your own place as a warehouse?
A
I
lot of
don't-
people do. Have you ever seen
Yeah.
like the shots of like an indie distributor's office? It's just like some spare bedroom.
Yeah,
set
I
to
have
the
I have
ceiling
some
with
storage
books.
space.
And you
It's
can
very
write
full
off
right
that square
now.
footage because it's storage for business purposes.
Exactly. So I have actually check tax and like I already have my own business legally, but it's not for card games. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's
You
what I'm
don't
running
have a
into.
mission statement, do you?
Because my independent business is a food delivery company from when I was doing contract stuff for like Uber Eats and stuff.
Yeah,
So that's my licensed business is food delivery, not games.
exactly.
They're very different.
They are. Okay. Those
That's
are
all.
other than work. Those are the main two things I've been up to: Breadwinner and Ghost of Tsushima. I think I'm still planning to do more chasing adventure stuff, but Breadwinner first.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting some bread and ghosts,
Yeah.
bread is in money.
Also
Ghost
winning.
bread.
Also
bread.
winning. Ghost bread.
Ghost bread. The souls of sandwiches once forgotten or once eaten.
Yes. They're the souls of sandwiches half eaten and then left behind.
Oh yeah, sandwiches left to rot. Is the
Yep.
There's like some weird deity in Blades of the Dark called
mean-
like the last heel, which is like the heel of the bread no one eats.
Overcooked already had the unbread in Overcooked 2
Yeah.
as their whole thing. So, it's been done before.
we
but in a good
gotta
way.
get this Blades in the Dark
Ooh, I should reach
food
out.
court hack off the ground.
Yes.
So many dumb food jokes we could make.
Yes. I'm writing down, even though it's probably going to go nowhere. What if I reach out to the teams behind things like Overcooked and other weird food things and see if they want to do a thing?
I mean,
Reach out to
And
John
shoot your
Harper to
shot.
do a Blades in the
Shoot
Dark
your-
breadwinner.
yeah, no, we need them. We need Overcooked to pay us to make an Overcooked Blades of the Dark hack. That's what we need to light up.
That's not a bad idea.
So
Do the
stream
Wendy's
is
thing.
saying, someone on stream is saying that my mic, they're asking if my mic has a weird buzz to you guys, or if it's just on stream, because
Not
apparently my mic has a weird buzz on stream.
Discord. Let me check on stream.
Okay.
Because I had it open and then we had sound and I'm like, cool, I can close stream.
Okay, you can deafen yourself
Yeah.
and check.
If you
Yeah.
So, do I sound very odd? It might be my computer that's making noise. But I'm not sure, honestly. It might just
I'm
be a
not hearing
wire.
a buzz.
doesn't seem to be anything here.
Okay.
What was that thing that happened at the end of last session? Something happened, right?
You guys did downtime stuff?
Grind
Mostly?
vampired himself.
Yeah, where I know the grind.
He
vampire
offered to
saga.
vampire himself. It'll take some time.
Yeah, he started that, but
Started
something
it.
like
He ordered it, and now we're waiting for delivery.
yeah, Vampire Prime is coming.
I know me and Hicks did our 2 free downtimes. Grind did 1. So we have Adrix 2, Grind second one, and then you have like
weren't we asked to go beat up the blue coats?
Floating one.
Not
that was
directly. Or yes,
We
no.
were, but we turned it down.
The
we
crows.
turned it down and gave them money instead.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I just remembered that happened. I wanted to make sure we wrapped it up.
Yeah.
Inception.
Because I was thinking about that too. Because if the blue coats are offering people pardons to help them take over Crow's Foot, it might be like we're more effective if we're not wanted level 3.
We're only wanted level 2.
Aren't we
No.
level 3?
No, we're level 3.
I think
Oh.
we moved
You've-
into the big boy wanted level camp. Of,
Yep.
Yeah.
So it might be worth it to just work for them for a little.
I mean, I don't think so.
I don't know.
Well, before we decide, we have other downtime stuff to do, I think.
That's true.
Adric, you have 2 actions. Do you want to take one now?
Sure thing. I wanted to have a bit of a conversation with Hicks if that works.
Yeah, I don't know if that counts as downtime action, but yes.
Not necessarily, not unless you do a thing for it, but you can have that first.
I don't know that. Yeah.
No, but I'm hoping it'll lead to a downtime action at least.
Okay, so I don't know. We had just come. What was the last thing I did? I'm trying to remember.
According to the
Oh,
rules,
you
Got drunk at a
Partied
party.
and you converted the junior class.
yeah, they're now a
be more
contact
radical.
for you, the junior class
Yeah, I know I'm a
radicals. They're a
contact,
positive
yes.
contact for you.
The
Yeah.
entire junior class.
Yep. And then with some
Oh.
more recruiting, they can become full on a gang or someone under your control.
What
Yeah.
kind of gang would that be? That's
Academics.
Thugs.
Yeah.
uh,
Academic
thugs.
thugs.
Academic thugs.
We know exactly.
We're going to
where
beat
hit
you up
make you hurt.
and tell
We
you
have
how
elite
we're
thugs.
philosophically correct in beating you up.
yeah. If they come in as thugs, we could make them academics. Yeah.
No, we figured
do
out that
that.
Elite doesn't do that.
Some there was a special
Oh.
ability that does that we don't have.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we were mistaken.
Sort of
Um,
mistaken.
Anyways, yeah. You guys are talking.
So yeah, if Hicks is sitting
Yeah.
around the house. Adric wants to kind of pull him aside and into whatever it is that passes for a kitchen in the new hideout.
Yeah.
Say, Hicks, I want to talk with you and wait for whatever nearest thug we have to serve some triangular cut sandwiches.
Yeah, so I feel like it's more that Hicks stumbles downstairs and Adric is already talking to some thug about making sandwiches for this perspective. Like meeting is more of that. As Hicks is coming downstairs and Adric's like, I want to have a meeting, and he's prepping the sandwiches or telling a thug to prep sandwiches, more
Yep.
likely.
Thug is in the background, or you can have them do it somewhere else. But if you're in the kitchen, he's going to be in the background here,
He's in the background.
cutting
So
things.
just pulling you to the side and so I've decided that I want the Fusewrights Union to succeed, and I've decided that I'm going to do anything to make that happen.
That wasn't
So
already the plan, child. No, you didn't. But what were we doing this whole time? If just like pulled Hicks aside and started saying, like, now I want to do my job. So he's a little bit taken aback. Just like that was what we're supposed to be doing this whole time.
well, I wasn't before. I think I was just here because I think I might have originally joined the Union because some part of me still thought that I believed in your cause of freeing the Scavs and whatnot, but that's not why I was here. Anyways, it doesn't. What I wanted to ask is, can you teach me how to talk?
I mean, I can teach you the words.
No, that's not.
I can teach you the look in your eye that makes people understand you.
As
I can't teach the connection, the connective tissue between the words that gives them true power, though. That only through practice. Never shut up.
Pardon?
Never shut up.
I don't know that I can actually follow that rule, but as one of those, as the last Scav noble that we have in this city, it's my responsibility to lead the people. And I know that leadership through violence only gets us so far. So how do I do this through words?
Well, leading through words is more about like getting people to agree with you as opposed to telling them what to do. It's not about directing as much as it is guiding and prodding and making clear, understandable points to cut through all of the shouting for other people's opinions. And Hicks is if we were sitting or standing at a corner, Hicks has started like pacing around the kitchen, gathering things like a cup of coffee.
The first set of sandwiches are ready.
Yeah, and a sandwich.
Sandwiches aren't. Can you show me? Show me. I want to deal with the vultures. I've been working them for ages in my spare time for months, but they aren't seeing me as anything more than a kid. So show me how to convince them otherwise.
So Hicks like takes a long sip of his coffee, puts it down, and then puts his hands on Adric's shoulder and like stares him in the eyes and says some statement about like some, I don't have like the exact words, but basically it's a superfluous statement that is firm in intent about Adric, like that you just need to say it like you mean it and speak truly to the situation as opposed to trying to cover it in rage or whatever, and tries to literally hypnotize Adric.
Oh no.
With my magic eyeballs.
Okay.
The goal being that Hicks's whole mantra of persuasion is say it plainly, say it clearly, make sure it cuts to the quick, and less of the like yelling and shouting that Adric likes to do more of commanding.
Oh, are you using your mesmerize ability then?
Yeah, I'm using my mesmerize mostly just to get my point across of like just look him in the eye and say what you mean.
Okay.
But you know, Hicks says something like, "You can do it, you can say it, and you won't remember this conversation," and then like breaks the hold and spins Adric around slightly when he's a bit dazed. That happens. That comes true because that's what his like power is. But then immediately, it like the spell breaks. Is why I'm not like rolling
Okay.
if that works, because the spell immediately breaks when Adric finishes the circle around and notices that Hicks is still there. But you get the point. The idea that like when you say it with intent, it can come true even if they're not adding anything other than your intent behind it. Yeah. I don't know. Hicks is not the best teacher, but the idea is just like, say it clearly, make your point heard.
And Edric's a little surprised by all this. He was not expecting this to go this smoothly because every other time Hicks has basically talked to Adric, he has been yelling at him for stop murdering people, and he seems to have completely forgotten this right now.
Yeah, well, it's more that you asked for a thing.
A non-murdering thing.
Yeah, a non-murder thing. You didn't ask me, how do I convince people to jump off a bridge? You convinced me, how do I talk to people?
Fair enough.
Say it clearly. Say it with meaning, and then use your magical eyeballs to make it true.
You have magical eyeballs, right?
Isn't that something that just everybody has?
Yeah. Everyone doesn't have magic eyeballs?
Doesn't everyone have magic eyeballs?
I mean, grinds shoot poison.
His eyes don't shoot poison. They're
His
just weird.
hands
His
and
skin-
everything else.
He can excrete poison.
You can't excrete poison through your tear ducts.
And Zage magic eyeballs can have him see through his
saliva.
bird.
Yeah, I could use my magic eyeballs to replace them with the bird's eyeballs.
Yep.
Everyone has magic eyeballs.
Yeah, who doesn't have magic eyeballs in
Yeah.
this crew?
Oh no.
I mean, Jade eyes and her magic
Wax the
eyeballs.
mundane eyeball.
Now know what to do with that whole spirit.
Put it in your make robot
Put it in your
eyes. And
eyes.
put a ghost in them.
Hull eyes.
Make a tiny little hole and take out your eye like the eye of Vecna. Put it in.
Yeah, but make a small mechanical eyeball. Take a ghost, put it in the eyeball. Put the eyeball in your face.
What could go wrong?
Nothing.
Definitely nothing. Okay, so this went smoother than expected. So can we just roll around to the vultures and have some sort of a roll there?
Yeah.
I think I'm probably sure it's like a side swipe as we finish the sandwiches.
It's the spin turned into a wipe as
Ooh, I like
when
that.
You finish the spin, you're at the vultures.
Yeah, and we're walking up to the vultures, and I don't know. There's not travel thermoses have not really been invented yet.
There's
True.
carriages.
There are carriages.
Oh, travel thermoses.
Oh, thermoses.
Yeah.
I thought you said services.
No, like insulated coffee cups.
Not anything. Not anything that's great.
I
Probably.
spent the coin to start a downtime project to make thermal insulated cups.
I guess the only thing they'd have would be like leather coverings for.
Yeah, like a leather cover,
bottles.
but they don't have like the metal vacuum. Like
No, they
ones.
don't.
Yeah. So otherwise, Hicks would have one with him. But no, there's no good way to keep your coffee warm.
Nope.
But yeah, we're trying to finish the clock with the vultures there. So this was the clock just to get the meeting. So I've tried, by just observing them. I've tried by trying to be a lookout, and this has just all failed miserably. So my answer is fine. Let's talk to them. We're the Fusewrights Union. Let's have a conversation.
Okay. They So let me check with the vultures where because you've been in contact with them. They delivered you your first batch of supplies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check real quick as to where you are when you meet them. Because it might be their HQ, but it might not be. I'm checking how secretive they are about that.
They went to talk to like some whisper they had before.
Yeah, no, that's true. So they tend
that
to
was not with the vultures. That was with the other gondoliers.
Oh,
Okay.
The
was
Gondolier
it?
Whisper. Yeah.
vultures have a whisper too, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I'm sure they do, but I don't think we met them. Because it
Yeah.
was the guy that sat in the dark room. It was the Gondolier Whisper.
That was the gondoliers. I've met the vultures a couple of times, but I don't know that anyone else has.
Yeah. So the vultures, I don't think you know where it is, and I don't think you meet them on there, but they have a boat called the Serpent, a large boat that serves as their mobile HQ. It's always moving, and it's usually actually outside of town.
Yeah.
So
we're probably
they're
at some abandoned dock.
yeah, a dock, and one of their smaller boats is there, and they're doing one of their usual drop offs after whatever they hit. Now these guys are not one of the ones you brought into your deal with the demons, right?
Right.
Yeah.
No.
So while the demons are not actively at war with them, you can see that everyone there now is as you approach, you see the glint of they have like pinned on their vests, each of them, like a demon's bane charm. All of them.
Yeah, so as we walk up, I'm assuming we didn't like send a letter ahead or anything. Hicks will
No.
like wave them down, like, "Hey,"
Yeah. Yeah.
like
no.
do a big whistle and wave.
Yeah, they immediately like kind of jump when they see you guys, but they, I think, recognize you two. One of them approaches, sort of like while the others start unloading crates. They're definitely, I don't think you can tell what they're stamped, but they're definitely not officially acquired. This person who approached looks like he recently got out of the water or something, like he's sopping wet. It looks like he got out probably 5 or 10 minutes ago, so he's not completely sopping, but he's still pretty darn wet. And he approaches, sloshing footsteps, and says, looks at you two. We don't have anything scheduled for you. What do you want?
We just came to talk.
We have a proposal we think you might be interested in. And Tadrick's kind of looking at Hicks like, am I doing this all right?
And Hicks reaches out and takes a finger and slowly taps the Demon's Bane charm pinned to his wet shirt. Like, we can do something about that.
About the demons?
More or less.
Yeah. Demons, if you are able to help us out with a little bit of supply issue, we think we might have a deal that's mutually beneficial.
Let's make the roll, see how much progress you get out of this.
Yeah, so teamwork, sway, or
so I think this is help unless you also have a downtime action to spend to make it a teamwork.
I don't. I didn't know if I needed to. I can't free play sway.
In this case,
Or-
I think you're doing it as a downtime action, Adric.
What is Adric's long term? I thought Adric's long term project was acquiring the vultures.
No,
my long-term project is the first step of that. That's
it's
getting
setting
to
up a
place
meeting.
where they're willing to meet with us for acquiring them.
Yeah.
And how many ticks are left?
2. Because
So
my
that can be
travel
done in
plan-
one roll.
Yeah, so if you help, you'd be like, all right, let's go, if the roll's good enough.
Yes, I can help.
Right. Risky, none of that matters.
Nope.
So
That's just a flat out
Should
roll.
Wait, do I need to spend stress to help if it's a downtime action?
Yes, you would need to spend 1 stress.
Okay. That's fine. I was just double checking.
Okay. Oh wait, no. I'm wrong. You wouldn't take the stress back because downtime actions. If you have an ally helping you, you get +1 dice.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
That's a
forgot about
5.
that. Nice.
Which
Okay,
is still 2 ticks.
that does help. That gets you up to 2 ticks. So I think you probably he wants to hear what this is. This is still a long-term action. So I don't think it's just this conversation. He says, "All right. Well, he hears what you have to say. He says, "Okay, this is good. This is the start of it. Put together a proposal, basically. If this is a business deal, put together, give us a cost for dealing with this. I'll take it to the boss. And the long-term action is also not just talking to him, but spending some time, probably like writing up this proposal in a way that makes it that sells it.
The goal is for them to join the union, right?
Ultimately, yes. This clock is to meet with them.
Yeah, we filled that.
Get a meeting with their leaders. Yep.
Yeah.
And
So
was the next step an actual score to?
The next step is a social score.
We fix that.
Yep.
Yeah. So we get a meeting lined up. I don't know. I feel like we can bully them into joining us.
Yeah, we're
now
tier 3.
you're tier 2 right now, aren't you?
Yeah,
I thought we were tier 3.
You're wanted level 3 and tier 2. They are tier 1. So now you are a higher tier than them. That was one of the prerequisites for this to work at all, ultimately. And now you have it.
Yeah. I feel like we can just bully them. Be like, you have a demon problem. We don't. Join us or die of the demon cuts. I don't know. Figure it out.
So we're no longer at war, right?
You are no longer at war at all.
Correct.
Do we go to strong? Because we were at weak hold on the sheet right now.
That was already accounted for before. You were at tier 1 weak, and then you tiered up at the same time as you lost. So you went from tier 1 weak to tier 1 strong to tier 2 weak.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. When NPC factions tier up, I think they stay at their hold. I think something in the book says that. But when you guys tier up, you go down from strong to weak until you get to tidy it up.
Oh wait, how did you go from strong to weak?
When you tier up from 1 strong, you go to 2 weak.
Okay.
And then
how did we go to 2 strong?
When you get up to max rep again, you go from 2 weak to 2 strong. So
We just spend all of the rep to go to strong.
Yes. So each time your rep maxes, you either go from weak to strong, or if you're already at strong, you go up a tier.
And do we have to spend coin to go from weak to strong,
No.
or just the
You
rep?
only have to pay for the tier.
Only the tier. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, they agree with you. They say that their leader, Krella is the name, will be happy to meet with you. And they said like a date. There's like a clandestine meeting kind of date, but we don't need to know what it is. And
do they ask to bring Dalmatians? Because Krella, it's very close to Kuella.
It is, but it's with a K, Krella.
Bring some meat along. Interesting meat, just in case.
But that'll be a score. She wants to meet the whole crew, get the size of you guys. Probably would want you to bring your thugs with you. Get see that you're actually up to the task.
Which I guess have been recruiting, considering we went up a tier.
Yep, you have more thugs with you. So
we have a decent amount of thugs. If we're tier 2 with a gang of thugs, it's a decent sized amount of thugs.
Yep.
So
we also have adepts too. We've got more adepts somehow.
More of those scientists were brought in.
Oh yeah, well, it's just we found more scientists to give safe haven in our sweatshop.
So for this meeting, they want to. They'll give you the details in advance, and it's up to you. I think it's up to you when you want to have that meeting. Sooner is obviously better, but you don't have to make this your first score if you want to push things back.
I mean, if we decided to make it a quick score, we could take that score and roll it into hey, let's meet up, and you agree to work with us, just do a job with us. So we just roll from one.
You could tie it into another. Yeah, you could tie it into another score and make it conditional on that other score.
Yeah.
The plan for the meeting is you get on one of their boats, and they will meet you outside the city in a non-miasmic area with their large boat. You're not going. Would you be going onto their large boat? Could be risky.
No.
They're too. You have more people than they do. So it'll be meeting on the shore with their large boat docked just offshore. So that's what they'll be doing. Serpent. Yeah, and they'll smuggle you out of the city. That's just part of you get on their small boat. They take you there, and then you meet the leader. Let's get a name for this NPC you're talking to. He's probably going to be the go-between. He's probably going to be the guy who ferries you there.
The guy that just took a swim. He doesn't seem like their best.
His name will be Tiz.
Tiz.
T-I-Z-Z. Tiz.
2 Z's or 1 Z?
One.
1 Z.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Speaking of our sweatshop workers, what are they doing for downtime? What's their project?
Oh
this
yeah,
downtime?
we can give them projects. We haven't given them
You can
anything.
have them do a thing, is what we've decided with your
Yeah,
with
last
both
time-
both of your gangs. You can have them try and do a thing.
Yeah, like one
That's true.
thing. Last time we had them make fertilizer bombs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I
we
wouldn't
wanna do-
object to them making some vitality potions, quite honestly, because I kind of need it. But
Can you put them, can we put them on vitality potion now that you've unlocked the formula? Or do we want them
yeah,
working
I mean,
on
I have the formula for it.
Yeah, or do we want them working on demon armor juice?
We already have demon armor. Well, they can work on production. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
It's invented.
Like you have unlocked the formula, but
Yep.
you also cannot be there to make every single vial because we can make a killing as long as there's demons in the water selling demon juice.
Yeah.
Sell it to the spirit wardens. Now that you're sell to the unseen owned spirit wardens.
That's how we
Pissed off
bring
Katara.
relations back.
That definitely won't bring us down from a 3 with Satara, yeah.
I mean, we're not using it against them.
No.
I'm sure she'll agree.
And it's not like it's like just armor juice, right? It's not like you spray a sword with it and it's better, right?
That's correct. It's protection, not. That is correct, but I'm still not sure they'd agree with that. In terms of it's harmless, it's fine.
I mean, it's selling bulletproof vests to the cops, but whatever.
Yep.
It's true.
Now the cops are
But
owned by the criminals.
Or
Your
a
criminals.
gang of magicians pretending to be ghost cops.
It's more like we're selling to the ghost cops who were taken over by the cult of Cthulhu.
Yeah.
We can sell it to the vultures. The vultures and the gondoliers will be happy to buy demon spray juice.
That's fair. Just sell it to anyone else. So
We can stick him on that though.
yeah, do you guys
That's
want to
okay.
have them start making that?
But that's up to Grind because it's his special formula.
That's true.
He made. Yes, sir.
And his former colleagues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would
If
just roll for quality, right? To produce one, same as like if we would do it.
Yeah.
Or what?
They would just do it the same as you, I don't think. Let me think.
Oh, and it would be based on our tier, which has a decent chance.
Tier +1. They're rolling 3 dice because they're
Yeah.
experts.
Yes.
Yep.
So
Or this is their like thing.
yeah, it'd be
Yep.
3 dice, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, do it. I mean, what's the harm? So yeah,
Okay.
we'll go down there and tell them, give them the formula, be like, produce as much of this as you can.
Yeah. And this is a thing we can use in the vulture meeting of like, for the meantime, this will help. In the long term, here's a solution. Either A, you keep buying this from us, or B, you join our gang.
Yep, and you get it for free. That's
Yep.
what we'll
Well,
tell them. And
They just don't attack us. That's the thing.
yeah, that's true. So
But they don't know that.
yeah,
Do they need
it turns out we'll just tell them the uniform has the demon spray, and then
Yeah.
they'll think that that's why they're not being attacked anymore.
All right, I'm gonna roll for the adepts.
Yep.
The unreliable, independent.
Let's see how much of their skills they've retained since
That's a 6.
that is a
That's
6.
the 6.
Nice. What is the
so
tier of the
plus
formula?
one?
That's tier
or-
+1.
Tier plus
And
one.
then we're good because this is a tier 3 thing.
Okay, so they just created it. They just created one batch of demon spray.
nice?
Okay.
Sweet.
I want to put that on the Fusewrights notes that we have demon spray.
Yep.
Okay.
One batch of it.
Is that one use?
I'm checking if I've already said what it does, because if not, I will say what it does now.
I
in
I think
mechanics.
you have, but I don't.
Yeah, we
remember.
went through it, but I wrote it down on a piece of paper that's lost. So,
Oh. Okay, let's do this again.
All right.
I think I remember what could happen, so let's go.
We left it behind in the move.
Yeah, Oh, damn it!
Inventing and crafting. Okay.
I know
So-
how to make this, but I don't know what it does.
What type of creation is it? What does it do? What's the minimum quality level? Is 3. What rare, strange, or adverse effects of aspects of this formula design it has kept it in obscurity or out of common usage?
Oh, right. We decided it was pricey.
Was it?
Yeah,
Just the price. Okay, so it's
Yeah, it
expensive.
requires like expensive reagents.
Yeah. Okay. And what drawback does it have? If there was one.
Yeah, there was drawbacks. It was
Consumable.
There's one other.
Yep. It is consumable because it's an alchemical. It has to have that.
Yes.
Okay.
Um,
I think it was just rare, consumable and rare.
it might have just been rare. Makes sense to me. It requires a rare item or material. If it is rare, that means crafting it each time require. The way I would see it is you need access to a special material to craft it instead of just being able to do it with a roll like this. You'd need to probably either spend a coin or make a roll to access or get a bunch of that material that's needed.
Well, it only needs one drawback, right?
Yes. I'm trying to see if rare was that.
So it's consumable. It has to be consumable.
Yeah.
It's an
Because it's alchemical. So it's only that one?
No, it
Yeah.
is. It might be. It says choose
Oh,
one or
okay.
more. So that's what I'm trying to remember.
Oh, it's chosen by the GM. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't actually fully remember. Okay, well, for this one, let's say they've made it, and we'll figure that out after. We can go just literally check the FOD if we need to.
Yeah.
Anything else here? Okay, so I think mechanically the way it will work is, and it's expensive. It's hard to make. Using one dose of that, you can effectively use it like gear for heavy armor against demons.
Does it work on a boat?
Is it waterproof?
Like, can I spray it on the side of a boat?
Ah. I would probably say there's a lot more surface area.
Just to say, a tier 3 quality is an electrified hull on a boat.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking
Just
a mount.
Yeah.
For a mount, yes, but it would probably only grant if we were counting harm 1.
Yeah, it's
It
more
would be
effective.
more spread out and more diluted to spray it all across a boat.
But spraying it all across a boat seems more helpful as a bargaining chip for an item than like you could spray it on yourself and it's super good, or it works as a resistant like demon repellent.
Yeah, it'd be like your
Yeah.
boat is a demon's bane charm.
Yeah. Like that seems also helpful and good if we're trying to bargain with the smuggler gang about the demons in the water.
Yep. Yeah, it's up to you. Like it's like the normal thing. Like you just take it off like equipment. It's one load to just have it, to have used it.
Cool.
Okay.
And if we wanted to have sprayed ourselves earlier, it'd be like ticket and flashback.
I don't think it'd even be a flashback because like armor, when you tick it, it means I already put on my armor before this.
Oh, okay. So it's
Yeah.
just like if we get attacked by demons, someone could go, I have the demon armor.
Yeah, when you take harm, you decide if you had already applied the demon armor.
Cool.
One dose of that.
Cool.
Okay.
And is one dose one person?
One dose is one person. Yep, it's expensive.
But it's good.
Okay. So Grind and Adric both have an action left to do.
Oh, Grant has 2.
Grind has his extra
Grant
action that he
has
can
one free one, and then an extra one he
Grants.
can give to anyone.
whomever he deems worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for mine, I gotta get some healing in because I got 2 level 2 wounds here, and it's not happy.
No.
I should probably eventually fix the knife wound and the glass in my arm, but nope.
Infections aren't a
I know
thing in blades.
electrified,
They
it's
don't.
fine.
Wounds don't get worse over time.
Yeah, so I think I'll go down to the nerd pit, or the nerd kitchen rather.
To the nerd kitchen.
Nerd kitchen.
Wonder
And
where the spare people come from.
yeah, talk to some of my biologist friends about like fixing my head because it was cracked, but it quickly fixed itself, and now it just sucks. Um,
Yep. The bleeding
So-
stopped. It doesn't
For
seem like.
weird.
Yeah, it seems like the concussion. You managed to survive the concussion. Now you just have a really bad headache.
So they would be tier 2, right? Yeah. +1 for the fact that I'm a physiker. Yes.
Visitor also helps when other people treat you, right?
Everyone in your crew gets +1d to their healing treatment rolls.
Okay.
Is what it says.
Nice.
So yeah, they'd need to roll 3 dice, I guess.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Let's see what we got.
Let's see. Where's? Oh, I'm on the wrong sheet.
Can it
That's
be
why.
counted as you helping them? I'm angling for another dice here.
I mean, I could help them, but if I participate, I take stress.
Oh yeah, for helping to heal yourself. You're right. And
Yep.
yeah, if there was another person here helping to heal you, that would be the case. But like other than that, no. Usually it's just for healing. Roll their skill or tier.
Yep.
Just to count
Their
back to Stasia's
bonus
specific-
die 1.
You know what? That's actually a good idea. Take +1 die because Stasia's there.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
2 dice. Rolling. That's 5.
Heal
Okay.
is
Is that
part of
3?
That's 2, I think. It's just like a
Yep.
long-term project. 1 to 3 is 1 tick, 4 to 5 is 2 ticks, and a 6 is 3 ticks. Unless you have something that upgrades the effects level, but I think that's just Adric.
I don't think I have anything that ups the effect of it now. No.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm spending a coin and doing it again. How's that?
Sure.
Just stay down there longer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you spend some time help. This is probably happening simultaneously to their production of the demon stuff.
That's 6.
Nice.
So
Nice.
that's 3. Head wound goes down to less effect. Just call it fuzzy.
And then if you manage to not take any more damage, next score, then you'd be able to continue the ticks on the clock.
Yep.
Okay.
Which, if we're gonna do that social score, hopefully we don't take any
Hopefully.
damage.
Okay. Adric, what are you gonna do for your last action?
Stress relief, aka I want to go say hello to Mercy again.
Okay. I'm trying to think if you already did that this time, but no,
No, I haven't.
No,
you did not. Okay.
you were going to last time, but it was like so close to the end. You're like, it's not good. We're not gonna get through it in
Right.
time.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let me grab what that next one will be. There we go. That's not it. I think I know someone who can do that. Checking real quick to see if there's any that I thought of. Yeah. So, when you meet up with Mercy, she says, "Well, I've got a particularly interesting job for you this time. You're not supposed to kill someone. This time, your job is going to be to interrogate someone."
I'm fine with that. But before we do this, we need to talk. So, I've done everything that you asked without any problems, and there's been no need for your babysitting, despite you're doing it anyways. You said that I graduated, so now I think it's time for a raise.
I like your spunk, Adric. But I don't decide exactly your paycheck. Not that I can't take it up with someone.
I'm not
But
talking.
I guess my question is, why would I give you a raise if you're telling people what you're up to?
At what point in any of this did it say that I couldn't? And also, how do you know I have?
Well, the only thing I'm going to say about that is you just confessed. Secondly, the thing about doing Black Ops work for the government, Adric, it's just gotta stay Black Ops.
For all intents and purposes, it has.
How much do you trust your friends?
Enough.
You know they won't blab about it? I mean, they haven't so far.
They won't. They know what's at stake.
I hope so. I hope you do too. But if you want to keep talking to them, you can. No raise till then.
No raise till when? Till I stop?
Yeah. Your choice.
I don't know.
Come on.
Fine. For now.
Agreed. Okay, sorry, I didn't hear the last bit what you said. Mercy just is like, agreed, then?
Nothing's agreed until I've had a chance to think.
Fair enough.
But let's
Come
hear
on.
this next job.
Come with me. I'm not babysitting you, but I am explaining things. She calls a carriage equivalent, like a fancy government equivalent of a black limo in Duskwall.
Ooh,
Like-
a stretch carriage.
Yeah, stretch carriage. You get in it, it's just the two of you. And as it starts going, she says, well, we have found some more dissidents. This one in particular is, well, is surprisingly resistant to any matter of questioning, information, even me. I tried him. But he won't break.
Why do you think that I can do any better?
Does he know him? Because it's not about necessarily physical torture. It's I want to be there to see a look on his face when he sees that you're with us. And I want you
So
to
the
push.
job is show up.
Job is not just show up. You need to be the one to push him to talk. Because that's going to hurt more. He needs to know that he's powerless.
All right then. What do you want to know from him?
Everything he knows about the Scotland refugees, the grinders. Everything that he's planning. I'm sure he probably has a plan for what happened if he was to get killed. So who's taken up his mantle? What do we have to worry about? What are his plans? And what kind of a threat his people are. The carriage arrives, and you are standing in the back parking lot of the Skovland consulate. Follow me. And, as if they know her, the security guard at the back door nods and opens the door for you two. She walks in, and leads you down into. Of course, they are keeping him in a basement area. It is cold. It is wet. Hutton is not like you saw him before. He is scarred. He looks emaciated. There are several trays piled in his cell of rotting food that he's clearly refused to eat. And he's chained to a wall. This is an actual cell, not a makeshift cell or anything like that. And there's a wooden door with bars, like a barred window there. And Mercy says, "Honey, I'm back. I brought a visitor to see us." Hutton says nothing. He like, as you're looking through the window, he just like, he notices, he like looks up at the window slightly, doesn't recognize you just from like the top of your head or anything, then just looks back down, like kind of intentionally ignoring her. And she gets the keys. Probably there's a nearby guard has one. She opens it, the door. She says, "Look, I found Adric." And Hutton immediately like looks up, obviously recognizing the name. You're not close with him, but obviously he knows you as a member of the Fusewrights Union. And his mouth is about to open in a like, "Adric, they got you too" expression, and something along those lines. And he stops before he even gets a word out when he sees like your state.
Beautiful. So you know what I mentioned about randomly not being able to hear you?
Oh
Oh.
no.
Okay.
Just the last 20 to 15 seconds.
He was about to yell about how they got you too, and then he stops before he got a word out because he noticed you're presumably in a nice suit, though that's up to you, and not handcuffed or tied or beat up at all.
Okay, fair enough.
So he stops, looks confused and wary, but he hasn't said anything yet. Do you want to take the initiative, or did you wait for him to say something?
Sheesh. Just something along the lines of hello.
Okay.
And just trying to wave Mercy out. Like, she doesn't need to be here.
I'll give you two some time to get reacquainted. She like struts out of the room. She's definitely, you don't hear her go back upstairs. She's definitely within earshot, but she's not like present. And then I don't think we're, assuming that you are actually doing the torture, we're obviously not going to see that thing for thing.
I didn't have any intention of doing it that way.
It's up to you how.
Okay, let's just do a roll here, and if anything becomes applicable, we can flash back to what on earth happened.
Cool. Okay.
What skill?
Yeah, that's the main thing. What skill?
This is a fine way to do it, but what skill now becomes a very important question.
Is this Adric talk? Is this Hutton talk to me? I can help you, or is this like talk to me?
This is consort, probably.
Okay, so you're playing good cop here.
I'm going to attempt it at least. I'm not sure how well that is effective, but hey, luckily it's not actually using my consort roll to stress relief on this one.
Yep.
Though stress relief is a bit of a stretched term here.
This is the most stressful stress relief we've done yet.
Yep.
Yeah, when I'm coming out of this, I'm telling Mercy that because this was not in the contract.
They
I
don't
wanted
have-
some fun, lighthearted murder. What is this
Yeah,
torturing my friends you asked me to do?
Exactly.
Come on, I signed up so that I could, do this murder thing with no red tape. This is not. Fine.
This isn't murder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want me to kill him? I'll kill him. But talking to him? Ugh.
No, I specifically hate doing that.
I want to murder him.
It's great. Okay.
I like doing what I'm good
So
at.
consort. What's
It
funny
doesn't actually matter. It's just indulgent.
is that you get a +1 die. Well, you're also doing it to see how good it did. That's just like a.
Okay.
I don't even know. I would call this controlled. Like they're asking you to do this for them. This is almost no risk at all. I can think, but let's call it controlled.
Okay.
And standard effect to try and actually do the thing. This will be just like similar to killing someone. There's also some free play rules involved. In this case, 1.
Okay. So
You get
rolled standard +1 die.
yes.
Okay. Still not quite sure what I'm rolling yet, but all right.
To see how good the interrogation went.
Apparently, he trusts.
He
Mm.
breaks, I think. I guess I will ask you, this is totally up to you. Do you lie to him and tell him, like, you're not really on their side, or well, you're not really, but you know what I mean? That they captured you and they're making you do this. Does he think that you are a victim? Or does he, and that's why he tells you stuff, to save you? Or is he so despondent by the thought that you are what you're doing that he just gives up and tells you everything?
I'm not so much lying and saying I'm a victim. I am basically saying I am doing what I can for the Skav refugees. You obviously can't do anything in here. I am at least am out there and I am in a position where I might be able to be of some use. Tell me what you know, and I will continue to be in that position. You can't do anything else, and this will help.
Okay, and he does. He tells everything. There is one bump in that. I leave it up to you, Adric, if you correct it. But when Hutton disappeared, the plan was to bring a battleship back to the city in Scotland and make war against the city with it. During your score with the Scotland refugee leadership, you convinced the second in command to change that plan to stay here. But Hutton doesn't know that, so that's what he said.
I also don't think Adric would know that because Adric was outside when that happened.
Was it then? I thought that was after he
I
went
think
outside.
it was then.
Okay.
I think you're right, yeah.
Okay.
Because we were not paying attention, nor did I care.
Because
Cool.
you were, I remember it was me and Zen inside, and you and Hicks started to go outside, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
think you're
only
right,
went
so I don't
outside
know
after
either.
that. So I think me and Deckert know it, but not the other two.
Yeah, and if it's up to you if you filled them in later.
For my
I
own
don't
part, I'm
know.
definitely asking for my own interest a lot more about the refugees and the grinders. I couldn't care less about them.
Okay. Yeah. He mentions how, yeah, they're planning, like, the very, at the time, loose early plan was, yeah, effectively take control of Char Hollow, make it a safe refuge, like, make it a safe place for Scotland, almost a Scotland cultural district that is militarily enforced, with the grinders helping out with that, but also training civilians to be able to actually be decent in a fight without being a criminal and without School of Hard Knocks. And effectively keep trying to force the government to respect them more, because they aren't. Their overall plan, let me double check the faction thing if there's anything else I need to add. I think right now it's mostly just that. Yeah. The main plan is to seize control of Char Harlow. It would be both very similar and very unlike how the Crows and Crowsfoot had it before the Bluecoats tried to move back in.
I think I also asked Hutton if there's anything that he wants to know from outside.
Many things. A lot. He would ask probably first about Grind. How's Grind doing?
He seems fine. He seems to have.
Even in here, I
hasn't
heard
changed
about
much
the
that I've noticed.
that stuff got out with the
that
attack.
We convinced the people that it wasn't Grind's fault. He's still a part of it, and the refugees are on our side.
That's good. He asks about all of the other leaders of the refugees. So he asks about Stal and Frey.
Frey's dead.
Frey was killed by you.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna go with she's dead.
What? These dogs kill her.
Yes.
Not a lie.
Atrick, get them back for her. And for me. I'm sure I'm not going to make it too much longer either. And he also asked about Cersei, his second in command and replacement in the Refugee Council. Yeah.
I know.
You tell them what you know, I assume. There's nothing
Exactly.
to keep. Okay. And I think that...
Head on out.
No, before you go,
Okay.
he's going to ask you to deliver a message for him. If you can.
What?
If it doesn't kill you, tell them all to fight on. Tell them all that even if I die, tell them that I will be cheering them on. And I don't think... I mean, Skovs are very Scandinavian, like, inspired and themed. So I don't think he literally uses the word Valhalla, and I don't think that Skovlands probably are single religion. Like, it's a whole continent, basically.
Isn't it like
it's a large country.
more islandy?
I thought it was a large island, though.
I think it is a large island.
It's like Greenland, I think. Or whichever one's big, Greenland or Iceland. I think it's
Greenland's big and icy. Iceland's small and green.
Yeah, okay, it's more like Greenland. Like, I think it's big. So I think he mentions a version of Valhalla. Like, he'll be cheering them on from the afterlife.
Yeah, from some like warrior afterlife. The idea of there's a place the strong go when they die.
Yeah, exactly. And he invokes that and says that he will hopefully be there soon. It's better than
I don't
here.
know how that works in a world where they fry your ghost in a
Where there's
giant
ghosts?
furnace.
Yeah.
How are you getting? What afterlife are you going to? No.
Well,
your
there's probably some
afterlife is
religions
dead.
where, like, the ghosts are just echoes, and so they're not your true soul or things like that. There's probably, like... There are
Yeah, but I
probably
think
some
it is your
religions...
true soul because we can talk to ghosts in jars.
No, you're right. But it would
It's
I guess
like-
they'd argue it like Harry Potter ghosts. Like in Harry Potter, ghosts aren't ghosts. They're like echoes of your soul instead of your actual soul.
It
Yeah.
could
Harry
be
Potter.
also like they say the good part of your soul goes on to the afterlife. The bad part's what stays.
That's
as
why
the
ghosts
ghost.
suck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's why ghosts always suck.
Yeah, not to be too much of a tangent. My favorite analogy, or my favorite like ghost mythology, the idea that like makes the most sense to me for how ghosts works, is that it's a memory of like a strong emotion or a strong thing that happened that marred the world that exists. So
Mhm.
it's the emotion or the memory that is the ghost. But that doesn't work in Duskfall when
No.
we literally pull ghosts out of people and can put them in another person and they have the same memories.
Yep.
So it doesn't feel like an echo to me in Blades in the Dark. It
No, I know.
feels like, no, there is body, there is ghost, and if you go to heaven, that doesn't exist anymore because we took out the sun. All there is ghosts of darkness.
Yeah. I think there are probably some religions that, because I think even there are probably some religions that believe that that's
different
how it
cults.
works about ghosts and different cults and stuff like that. I don't think it's nearly as widespread. But
No,
think-
just because of the harsh reality of ghosts ripping your face off, it's really hard to.
I mean, that's why the Church of
I
the
don't believe in
Ecstasy of the
you.
Flesh is a thing.
You're just a memory. Ah,
Yeah.
my limbs. It doesn't work.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. He gives you a message. I don't think it's necessarily word for word, but that's he's yeah. Tell them
It's essentially fight on.
to fight on. Yep.
When I get out of there, I'm going to confront Mercy and basically say, I accept your deal. I won't tell I won't tell the union anymore, but I get what I want.
A raise.
That's what I said. I want good press for the refugees. Don't tell me that the government doesn't have any influence over the way that this city views events. You've got your own little group with its own little doctor, its bounty hunter, me, whatever that guy downstairs on the slab did, or does, I don't know. But do not tell me that you don't have someone who can smile pretty and spin lies. And I'm not even asking you to tell lies.
You're learning. Good. Well, you want good press for the refugees.
Yes.
You're going to need to help with that. I'm going to have to take that upstairs. See what I can do. And Adric, if this is going to work...
Don't give me an I'll see what I can do. You just broke the contract when asking me to do that. That was nothing to do with what...
Contract? We don't have anything written down, Adric. You wanted no red tape and you do stuff that we ask. And I'm going to make it... murder. As often as I can. Sometimes there's some special requests, though. This is one of those.
Fine. But I get what I want.
Make a...
Command?
I don't... You're trying to command her, but I think... Is there anything...
Still argue for command with limited effect there.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. This is command. And I'd say this is limited effect, you're right.
Position.
Risky.
Fair enough. Ooh, desperate standard?
Please tell me how you're going to push that. Like,
I have an idea.
you start yelling at her? You start
I'm curious to
threatening
hear
her
the
yourself?
idea. But no, the way I was going to push it was like I want this to obviously be linked back to the government in some way. Like the government is, yeah. But what's your idea?
My idea was basically to push it to desperate is I get this or I walk and tell everyone.
Threaten to just go public.
Just threaten to go public.
No,
Well,
no,
that
no. Make
certainly
the
counts
threat.
as desperate, but that
Make the threat not you. Make the threat the rest of the Fusewrights Union that you said you need to keep quiet. Because that's a tangible threat. Because your threat is if you don't do this, I walk and tell people. That's easily solved with an axe to the head.
yeah.
But if it's this, if I don't come back, I have a letter for Hicks at a rally.
Oh, the
Yeah.
dead, the dead drop, the dead man switch
Yeah.
kind of thing.
You know that I've been talking to them. You know that I left something behind there. Yeah.
Okay.
I could do. I'm good with that. I also am kind of pushing for. There's a tie to the government. I want
How
to
do you
be
mean
if
there's a
they-
tie to the government?
I want it to be that if they turn around and start exterminating the Scobs, they're going to be like, why was it that one day they're like, yes, these are cultural people who are trying to
Oh, so
bring in, and now they're slaughtering them. Where is this flip going from?
like you're bringing up PR reasons why they wouldn't want to do that?
No, I'm pushing harder for something that they obviously wouldn't want to do.
Okay.
Oh, it's like if you're pushing harder for them to give Char Hollow good PR and the refugees good PR, so that prevents them from in the future just being able to slaughter them.
Exactly.
Yeah, they can't tell they can't laud them one day and then the next day say no, they're scum. Let's kill them all.
Instead of just doing it anonymously, putting in some ways the government's seal on, yes, we're agreeing that these are decent people.
Okay. Let's see how this goes.
Okay, for desperate.
Desperate standard.
Oh, well, none of my pushing myself will be any kind of useful.
You could just
Yes.
push to push. You don't have to push to like do those other things.
Fair enough.
Uh-oh.
Well, one of my push themselves could be useful, but it would require me killing Hutton first.
Do you want a Devil's
But
Bargain
anyhow.
instead?
Yes, please, Devil's Bargain.
Okay. Ooh. I think. Looking at everything here, none of those work. -1 to the Fusewrights Union on rep with the Imperial military.
It's not like the Imperial military likes us anyways.
They're neutral with us right now.
They are neutral with you.
I mean, they're high on Hicks's list of organizations we can topple.
However, getting them
Bluecoats,
What's up?
firefighters, Imperial military,
Marissa,
city architects.
Yeah,
it
but
is
that's kind of
entirely up
underground
to you.
Just so we're aware, there is one tier 6 institution.
And that's the military.
And my whole point here is, infiltrate in some degree. So maybe making them dislike me specifically is not a good call.
Oh no, just be Ellie, everyone in the Fusewrights Union. Don't worry.
It's a devil's bargain. It's a bad call. It's framed as a bad call.
It's supposed to be a bad call, but it gives you an extra die.
Yeah, no, on this
You want
one.
that extra die? That sweet, sweet statistical advantage?
Push.
No, not gonna push myself here. We're gonna just roll and at least a success.
You got a 4.
A desperate 4 is a desperate 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a
That's
4
gonna
or
hurt.
5. It's a
Mark
success.
XP.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So, Mercy grins like a shark and says, "You've learned very fast, Adric. And you're right. And I think, literally without breaking eye contact from you, as she stares into your eyes, there is a knife in your leg. She says, but don't ever tell me what to do again. You take level 3 harm, but she agrees.
Got you right in the artery.
Yeah.
Apparently. Can I armor that at all?
Yes, when does armor refresh again? At the end of a score.
Beginning of the next score, when we choose load at
I
the next
thought-
score.
Armor load is at the beginning. I think armor is at the end.
No, anything that's chosen refreshes.
No,
when
but
we
like
choose
you could
load
take
again.
you can tick armor, and I think that refreshes at the end of a score, so you can
Yeah.
tick it in free play or downtime.
The armor
I-
box, not specifically
The armor box, not like having it on you.
You know what?
Yeah.
I have the answer. It's right here. It's in my handy dandy
Okay, we'll
Blades
find
of
out.
the Dark book.
Written by
Um,
John Harper.
Even in both
Written by
ways, I think
John
you yes
Harper.
you can armor it.
John Harper owes me 5 cents every time I say his name. Thank you, John Harper.
Oh man, John Harper's the best, because it's adding the first name John and then Harper as the last.
Is that 2.5 cents each?
Yes. Yes. We subdivide by letter.
Okay, yes, you can do armor. It's just a matter of when it refreshes, which we'll figure out. But yes, you can still armor.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
weirdly, this is one of the things that's hard to look up in this book is where specific rules are. So I'm trying to find it.
Yes.
I'm
And
searching for armor.
Adric, you are fast. Mercy is slightly faster than you. You notice you see that as she does this.
She's got that ability.
She's proven to have that thing already before, and I have not challenged her because of it. I
Yep.
do not like position.
Armor refreshes when you choose load for the score. Page 33.
Cool.
33?
Okay.
Cool.
So yes, you can still armor
Sweet.
if I've not used it last score, I guess.
I definitely had not. I didn't actually get to use any load last score.
Cool.
Yeah, the full loadout rules are on page 57 for reference.
Okay. So do you armor it? Do you resist it, or are you heavy armoring? Did you come to this in
Here's
like
my
full
nice
SWAT
roll.
armor?
Are you wearing plate mail at the interrogation?
Yeah. Are you wearing SWAT armor? I thought you were wearing a
We
suit.
have a light load, and that hasn't refreshed yet, so I definitely
That's fair. I guess you're
be wearing heavy armor. I could push it if Battleborn counts, but
a suit.
oh, do I trauma out? Does this matter enough? No,
The
I think I'm just like
trauma.
coin for healing. Well, this is my stress release, so
Yes.
Close to trauma.
Oh,
I
Oh,
guess.
speaking of which, let's make that stress relief roll. That actually, the stress relief roll will be. It's right after this.
okay, so there's still risk here. Nah, I'm not going to resist it. First off, I was not expecting it, and secondly, I'm not feeling in a position of power and not liking it, despite having one. Okay, so vice roll.
Yep. And she smiles, but she agrees. She smiles and she says, "I'll see what I can do." But that in a way that you infer, like, she is actually going to try and agree with this and do it, not in a
Well,
bureaucratic way.
Oh, it's special armor
Okay.
is different.
Indulge vice.
Wait, when does special armor refresh?
Apparently it says like in the description when, like for each of the special armors.
Oh,
that
shoot,
the
I
case? I
gotta
didn't know
go
that.
look this up now.
You know what? No, I don't care. I don't care. Just roll it. There we go.
You-
Okay.
Battle.
Hey,
Crit in
Wait.
this case isn't a thing. It looks like.
You
No.
can't
Good.
crit. You clear 6 stress.
And Battleborn does refresh at the beginning of downtime for your special armor. Just
Okay,
Okay.
so that's the difference. Special armor.
Wait, so when does mine doesn't say when it refreshes?
mine
should be
doesn't
the
either.
last sentence.
Let me check.
Then
in
we want to
the
treat them
book.
all at the end of downtime.
This is my last sentence.
Oh no, you got to look in the book for the full description.
Oh, well, is that
Oh yeah. For mine, it says your special armor is restored at the beginning of downtime. I don't have that.
Is Driven
I
in the
haven't
book,
taken it yet,
or
but
is it just
it says
a-
in the book. It's like
Yeah, it's a leeches of it.
okay?
But yeah, no, I'll limp back home, I guess. Warning
Okay.
my poor pants.
I know.
It's good pants.
Now they
Come
have
on,
blood
man.
on them and a rip.
I have a question for Adric.
Hmm?
Do you like sneak in and out, or do you just come and go?
I've been coming and going pretty normally this entire time. No one seems to have been caring, so
Okay, it's just you'll leave for a little bit and then you'll come back, and you've told us the last like 2 times you've done it.
Yeah.
The last time I specifically was like, "Hey, I'm going out to do this."
And when you
after
got back, you said, "Hey, I killed Frey."
Yeah, exactly. I probably did actually give some level of warning that I was going out to do this again because I'm trying to do this openness thing that you guys seem to want.
Okay.
Um,
I just want
so
to
I
know if Zayd being on the roof watching out, would he notice you leave and then come back and he'd like expect a report and then not get one?
Well, you'd see Adric limping back with, like,
yeah, I'm
if you're
limping
watching.
back and I'm heading for grind. I'm going to pay a coin to heal up.
Yeah, Hicks isn't there. If you gave us forewarning that like, oh, I'm gonna go do a murder Hicks, well, I'm gonna go fuck off then, so I don't have to start a fight.
Yeah. If you go to grind, I think Zayd will come down there and pester you like, so what happened?
How'd it go? How was your day at murder school?
How was your day at murdering?
Yeah,
Murder
Grind will
high.
probably be
I'm actually-
pressing on that too.
I'm
so.
actually very impressed that immediately after Adric was like, "Yes, I will deliver your message, Hutton." Okay, Mercy, I'm not saying anything anymore. I'm good with that. It's great.
Well, it was partially a matter of I don't think it's a good idea to tell them about Hutton here. Openness is one thing, but this is something that they probably shouldn't know. And I can get something good out of it if I agree. So the stakes will get worse if I wait.
What do you say?
So no, I'm basically saying I made a deal not to talk anymore. I don't know how she knows I was, but sorry.
I appreciate the honesty.
And you can appreciate the wondering too. Sorry.
Yep. Don't worry. I'm gonna spend a coin to do a downtime action when you're done.
Great. Excellent.
How
I
does
am also spending that coin to heal here.
how does everyone have all this
Okay.
money?
I just have one coin in my
Me too.
normal because we distributed coins.
When
Remember?
we advance, we get some
Yeah, I spent
stash.
it on beer.
You spent it
Ah,
on beer. Yeah,
that's
I'm gonna
why.
spend it on hunting down Mercy.
All right, so you have a thing that gives +1 to
Yep.
rolls, right? Okay, so do I. However, I'm at -1 die and less effect.
Less effect wouldn't matter for this,
Well, effect
luckily.
doesn't matter. -1 die, that's
Cancels that out.
it's still
Minus one dice
cancelled out.
cancel out, so it's take
And
her
if I went
plus
to-
one.
Even
Wouldn't
if I went to anyone else.
wouldn't effect matter here because of how many ticks it fills
Um,
in the healing clock?
effect
Healing
and
is
effect
overall.
level are
It's not
often treated
effective,
as
it's the same
different
thing
things.
downtime.
Even though they have the same word in it, I think it's never treated the same in the book.
Okay. So that doesn't matter, but -1 die, so I'm only adding in 1 here instead of 2. Yep. That's 5.
That's
That is
2 ticks.
Isn't that three?
two ticks.
I'm a pill for a coin to push that up from somewhere. The question is whether it's the stash or
Does the crew have coin?
The crew has, I
Crew
think,
does
3
have
coins.
coin.
Yeah,
Anyone object if I borrow one?
go for it. You're
I mean,
our murder bot, so
Hicks isn't there, so no one's there to object. He's just not going to be super happy about you taking money out of the crew for your murder healing,
Fair.
but you can do it.
Okay.
Alright, then yeah, I'm gonna do that to spend a little. Okay, here's the extra stuff you wanted. Fix it.
Okay.
Okay. Try
I
again.
lost a pair of pants.
Well, is it trying
Hey,
again, or are you upgrading the effect level?
I'm just upgrading the effect level.
Oh, there
That's
you go.
all I need is one tick.
Okay.
Yeah, that's easier than trying it again.
There we go.
Yeah. Do I at least get her knife? I lost a pair of pants. Can I?
She
at
takes the
least
knife
have-
back out with her. She
Yeah,
she
you
keeps
don't
her
leave it
knives.
in your leg.
We're not as unfortunate as you know.
well, did she want to kill Adric? Because if you leave the knife in the leg, it's not gonna bleed as much. So she took the knife out and goes, walk home.
She's rather precise in her cuts. She didn't hit an artery.
You go for the meaty part of your leg. You don't go for the
Yeah.
The
No, she
veiny
she
part.
knows where she cut.
Okay.
to make it hurt.
I'm gonna make it hurt for her when I find her. So that's what I want to spend my coin to do downtime for.
It's going to work so well.
Mm-hmm.
Finding
I
Mercy
didn't tell anyone. They came
Wait,
after.
so it's just long-term project.
will be a
Murder
long-term
Mercy?
project.
Long-term project to
Define what are the circumstances of how you want to find her.
What are the
Because that'll
terms
depend
of
on the
the
size
project?
of the clock.
I want to find her in an area where I could take her out, right? Like I want to find a
Find her
battleground.
in an okay. That will be an 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Like this is not just you find her. You probably find her at like 5 or 6 of that, but then you like follow her until you
Follow
get to
her
the right place.
until I find a perfect moment to get her.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, should I make it find and eliminate Mercy? Should I do
No, elimination is
Yeah.
not part of the
Eliminate.
long-term
that?
project.
Not like when the clock fills, she's dead. More like when the clock fills, I could get her.
Find Mercy in a vulnerable position.
Okay.
Call it that.
Mercy in a vulnerable position.
Aww.
I like find and eliminate better just for the sound of it, but I see why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you do to
would-
start looking
It would
for her?
make killing problematic people way too easy if all we had to do was long-term projects.
Yeah.
I like that would just be the title of the clock. I wouldn't expect to like have her dead at the end.
It's about
of the
a
clock,
20
right?
clock to kill the Emperor. So
A
just
20
keep
clock
working
to
on
kill
that.
the Emperor.
I will
Um,
take that clock on single-handedly. Every single day I'll do a tick on the clock, and 20 days later I've killed the Emperor.
Yeah.
This
Just
is
Death Note
worthwhile.
it. Just like I invent the Death Note and write the Emperor's name in the book, and he dies.
That's a real
I'm,
whisper project.
I'm gonna roll hunt because hunt.
Okay.
Just
So
track
you're
her daily
physically
movements.
tracking her down.
Just tracking her down, yeah. Position and effect don't matter, right?
Not for this. No.
Here's a question. If I bring my bird along, does she count as supernatural?
She does not. Just like Outro
Okay.
does not.
Just gonna roll for it.
6. Nice. 3 ticks.
Cool.
So, what you learn so far, I think you probably like I'd imagine start off staking out as close as you can fit in and get near the entrance to the citadel, the Lord Governor's stronghold.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually you see her going a few times, once or twice. Window,
Yeah.
like you see her, usually she's in a carriage. Sometimes she's not, though. You follow her.
Yeah. Because I've seen her before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't yet found any trace of her outside of the stronghold. Like, if she lives somewhere that isn't the stronghold, then you haven't found out even if yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And lastly, I think, Grind, you can hold on to this until we've decided the score, but you have
Nope,
Schrodinger's downtime. Oh.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go see Cersei and like do the grind thing of just sitting, like going around Char Hollow, helping people out.
Okay, awesome. Community service. I think people are actually coming around to you in like in a good on you, like they almost respect you more after this whole incident with Heartcom is revealed, and now it's getting swept over now. People are so many crits that aren't
Yep.
crits. Yeah, I think that there are still a few people, outliers, who are like, not I'll never forgive you, but they still give you like glares and keep their distance.
Mm-hmm.
But then other people are like, no, it was good. I get it. Maybe that's why it was so. It almost has. Some people have like specifically who lost people in the Heartcom incident have like specifically come up and said like it's not your fault and stuff like that. Might have been why it was so stress free. So de-stressing.
Right. Yeah, I think I might have to move on from this. Well, if everything goes to plan, I have to move on.
Mm-hmm.
But
Then you start hunting them down.
Yeah. Thank you for your kindness, but do you have any blood?
I'm
no, I've got
quite
a plan for that
famished.
already.
Okay. I think that's it. That's everything for downtime.
Yeah. Team meeting.
Team meeting. Are there
Do we want
sandwiches or not?
more sandwiches? We're out of supply. Damn it, no sandwiches.
No, sandwich supply is empty.
Patrick, what did you do? Those were the last of the sandwiches.
We need a
Sorry,
supply
I want-
job. I'm down with that socialized job because I think that's a quick job we can do, and then we could do a bunch of downtime again and roll into another job.
Yeah, I think we realize at this point that we no longer have the manpower to focus on both keeping our gun smuggling operation and our more social endeavors running. And we need to take on contractors to help
It's
with
time.
our gun smuggling
Yeah, you deal with the
operation.
high level
Outsource.
stuff.
It's time to franchise.
Yeah,
Yep.
time to franchise. It's time to diversify. We need more. We have people helping us on our day to day. The morning shift is doing great, and I salute the guy we have at the door. We have and then hush a little bit our scientists in the restaurant cooking
Speaking
up.
of morning shift, were they doing anything this time? Do we want them wandering around trying to find the guys who are pretending to be us as their time?
That's
That's a
good.
good idea. Can we have
Yeah.
them go beat up people? Just go and rough up anyone who's not us pretending to be us. No strong motive at this point, just beating the tar out of anyone seen putting up the fake posters.
What if instead we have them do a long-term project that is find who's impersonating us? So we can put a name to who's doing it.
Yeah.
Also, they're thugs, so I was thinking if we send them on
Oh, yeah,
a
that's
they're just gonna
totally
beat people up
how.
until they
if
find the
we
answer.
send them on a fine. But yeah, the long-term project for the morning shift of take out the competition.
Because I definitely want to find who they are more so than just have thugs deal with them. Because if they turn out to be someone who we were not expecting and they are way higher than us, that's a problem. If the clock is, just take them out. What did we bite off? Also,
But they haven't done anything
What's
yet
the
besides hold fake posters and stuff and do fake recruiting.
yeah,
I think
but
step one, I just
Your name.
yeah, they're dispersing her name, and I agree that's a problem. But Hicks's solution to this minor problem in the face of war with the government is just send the goons out to knock some sense into them. If this comes back around another time, then he's getting more into getting directly involved.
see, I'm assuming
Yeah.
this is long-term strategy on their part, and that it is going to come back and bite us.
Oh yeah, probably. I'm walking into their long-term strategy.
Oh, fair enough. Head
Head held high, walking straight into the trap.
I will never walk straight into something that I might possibly paranoidly see something coming.
Okay.
So I think that's part of the conversation of this meeting. Patrick's like, we gotta find who these people are. We gotta find out what are they after. And Hicks is just like, or we can
Let's
send the
beat 'em up.
goon to beat the tar out of them.
As a
Well,
reminder, by the way, I think I mentioned this last session when you guys go back from the score. Cersei, the now leader of the Grinders, contacted you guys, and the crew was the morning shift was like, she wants to meet.
Oh,
Yeah.
do we want to free play that?
Well, we can do the thugs thing
Yeah.
first because it's I
Yeah.
mean, yes, that would
Yeah.
probably that would be a
What-
free
What
play.
are the thugs actually doing?
Oh, I
I like-
think,
Are they beating
I think-
people up, or are they?
well, I think
I'd
that's
say
the
he's
cover.
fine.
I think that's the conversation we have, but I think we do start a long-term project clock of finding out who that is, and the first step can be sending the thugs to beat up
Yeah.
the people, but definitely, threaten when or use
Okay,
action
so-
beat them up.
So the clock is find the phonies. The action is go kick some ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like to imagine we say, God, we really need to deal with these guys, and Hicks goes, I'll handle it, and then thugs go beat them up.
Beat 'em up.
On it. Yeah, no, they leave. They go do that if you order them to.
He probably
6 o'clock.
doesn't-
To find out who they
Phrase it-
are.
Yeah,
Just to find out who they are.
Yeah, he doesn't phrase it to the morning shift as go beat them up. It's just like they're besmirching our good name and tarnishing our good work. I'm leaving it in your capable hands, and I look at the big meaty hands.
Literal. Yeah.
Meaty hands are on a baseball bat.
But
Meaty
yeah,
hands on a baseball bat to correct their path in this world.
exactly. Okay. So then let's have them roll to accomplish
And
this.
he does want to exactly. Now that we're rolling with them.
Well, we'll
I
be
will-
rolling their quality. You don't have elite thugs, do you?
Yeah, we do.
We
You
do
do?
have elite
Okay,
thugs.
so then 3 dice.
3 dice. Got it.
Also, how big is this clock?
6.
It's a 6.
Oh,
Okay.
it's not bad.
Yep.
Do it, thugs. We're
Oh,
counting
my
on you.
turn? I'll do it.
I got
Oh,
it.
All right,
There's
one
a
tick.
button- There's a button on the Fusewrights Union
These
page to
thugs are
look at your
useless.
days.
Almost everything they've done has been like a 1 to 3.
Well, well, for the most part, we've just been having them move our house.
And yet
Yeah,
they've
but
still
maybe not
patched
as
the
loose
worst
furniture and
things.
stuff. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm probably sure they find like a couple people who may or may not be corrected and cave their faces in.
That's
Not what happened.
probably what they end up doing. Is it's not that I don't think like they are aware that they don't have much progress. They don't bring you the wrong people or bring you the wrong information. It's more just like they're having trouble even in the first place finding out. Everyone in the whole block is like, I've never seen them before.
I thought they were
kind
you.
of stuff. Yeah, I thought they were you. They describe them, but they can't find anyone that matches that description that isn't completely generic. Yeah.
Are they unseen trying to do to us?
Wondering if it's the Scotland consulate. That's my
I think
call.
it's the unseen.
If we have to fight the wizards, I'm gonna be mad, okay? If we have to have a wizard fight, we're gonna lose.
You don't have any wizards, so it's
No,
hard to win a
that's
wizard
why
fight.
We're gonna lose. We can't do a wizard fight.
Listen, worst case, we send Zayd to prison, and my backup character is basically a wizard.
We go recruit
That's
a
fair.
wizard. That's your solution. I mean, that's not
Yeah,
a
go
bad
recruit a wizard.
We gotta press gang Jedi's into being our wizard cannon.
Okay. So,
Okay.
you want to go meet with Cersei? If I
Sure.
if it,
Yeah, let's go do that.
I meant that as a question, but yes.
Dread it.
Yeah, we
Okay.
line up a nice day of meetings, I guess.
Yep.
All right.
We go from a low stress meeting to a high stress meeting.
Yep. So they wanted to meet you somewhere away from the rest of like just probably in their house, their own apartment basically. It's obviously ground floor because she's in a wheelchair. She would have someone there to like probably someone there to help her because I don't think accessibility is really a big thing in Duskwall.
I think Duskwall accessibility is have someone with you who
Yeah.
Yeah. Have someone to carry you.
How did she get up to the second floor? Yeah, that's
Yeah. I think yeah, a man meets you at the door. A man opens the door. You've never seen him before. He says, Fusewrights?
The get up
takes-
doesn't do it.
Party of 4.
takes
Yes.
nods and like takes off his like flat cap or whatever. Because I'm assuming everyone wears hats in the rainy Duskwall, you know.
Yeah. There's enough reason to.
Yeah. The man in all red doesn't ring the bell.
He nods, opens the door, and just lets you in. It's a fairly cramped apartment. Did you come at a scheduled time, or was it more just come when you can? I think it was the latter.
It
but
would
it's up to
probably
you.
like come sometime this week around tea or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Or
Yeah.
So-
like a window with a time that she would definitely be there, like come around tea time sometime in the next few days. So scheduled in that sense, if that
Yeah.
we were not unexpected to show up soon
Yep.
or around this time.
Yeah, and
but
I think
not specifically invited today.
yeah, and I think Cersei is sitting at a small table. There are 2 chairs. There are more chairs, but there are 2 chairs that are there now with tea next to them and a teapot. It is tea time, and she and this guy are both having tea. I think I'm trying to decide if this guy's her husband or family.
Isn't she a gang leader?
Yeah, she can be married.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems more like bodyguard goon type.
You know what?
Or
I think because a lot of the grinders are like mutated, I think this guy's like her mutated husband.
wait, the grinders are mutants?
The grinders are mutated by the horrible gases and acid mutant rain of the factories. That's why
They
they.
have like a third arm.
Oh. I didn't know we had mutants. God,
I didn't know either.
It's not like mutants X-Men. It's more just like
I was thinking Futurama mutants, but
Yeah, grotesques.
Grotesques, yeah. So I think that's one of these guys opens the door for you.
that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, and he's there. Was having tea with her. But there, she. I guess they have like some wooden folding chairs that they pull out for you guys to sit down on. It's very cramped, but you're all able to squeeze in here.
Yeah, Hicks sits in a chair.
Standing by the door.
I'll sit in a chair but not drink tea because I'm not a tea person.
Cersei.
Grine, I think, just walks over and shakes Cersei's hand and sits down.
Yeah, she's mostly going to be talking to Grine, while everyone else is a bit more distant. And
Yeah, Hicks is like in the conversation, but also not the most friendly with. Like we don't have any.
yeah, she knows all
career
of you
paths to
now.
roll off of, so.
Thank you for coming. After what happened to Frey, you're the only ones I really trust right now.
And not Stall.
I didn't hear what you said, Zen. You broke up.
Not Stall. Like, you don't trust Stall, the other guy that was there, you know.
Not for something like this. I have been tracking down, trying to find out what happened to Hutton. I don't know if he's still alive or not. But yeah, she's meeting with you about Hutton.
She wants us to
Yeah,
find
no
Hutton.
reason to be by the
To
door.
clarify, the only one who really knows is Adric, because
Yes.
Adric
He
didn't
didn't
tell
tell
us.
anyone. She says, I don't have the, but she says, he didn't tell us beforehand, but he was having some kind of, he was supposed to be at some kind of meeting, secret meeting, when he disappeared. There's a man around here called Briggs. He's, let's say he has some connections to all sorts of people. He can get us information or things as needed.
Did I know anything about this?
This guy, not without a roll. Not anything about what you talked with now.
Yeah, but can Hicks roll to see if he knows who this name drop is?
Yeah, Briggs.
What am I rolling?
I think consort, wouldn't it? Because it's connections from your heritage, backgrounds, friends, or rivals.
Consort or a one stress flashback to have consorted with him in the past, to have studied and heard his name in like newspapers.
Nah, I'm just gonna roll consort.
Okay.
Just to see if I know. Does that work? Can I roll?
I think it would
consort
be
to-
like this would be more like tell you about him, tell me about him, or things like that. That's the closest thing I think to a knowledge roll. Flashbacks would be knowledge rolls, I think.
Yeah.
And then
but
consort would be
survey
just.
Would survey work?
Feels like
I don't think
study
survey would. The only thing I can think of in the present would be to ask her to tell you about Briggs, which would be
So
consort.
yeah, that's
I mean,
that's
Just,
probably-
she could just say it.
If you want to know whether or not you've heard him before, isn't that just a fortune roll?
That could also just be a fortune
Oh.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's really what I'm looking for here.
Okay.
It's just something so if I know it. So I'll just roll fortune.
Yeah, 2 dice I think makes the most sense for like moderate familiarity. 2
Yeah.
dice.
And if I don't know about him, then I will talk to Cersei in the moment about him. But if I do,
Okay,
I can
yeah.
go there. 2 dice.
A 4. Okay. So,
Brigand.
rumors.
Silhouette
Right.
of a brigand in the face.
Yeah.
Who's that brigand?
I don't think you've heard anything
Pikachu.
more than rumors about this Briggs. But they say that they say that they are a lot like a single person. Like they can get you anything. They almost run their own self-starting single person black market of sorts. Of like, if you need it, they can get you it. Might take a bit of time, but they're very good at their job. And there's definitely some blue coats who've gone looking for him and never even come close.
So Hicks will reach forward and ask, like, are those cookies for everyone? 'Cause he was
Yes.
saying, yeah, and he
Oh.
reaches forward to grab one of the cookies and then asks, so what was Hutton trying to get that he couldn't get otherwise? Trying to drop the fact that I know that Briggs is his own black market of a sort.
Yeah.
Not that I know much more about him, but he's playing up what he knows about this man. That, like, yeah, well, what was just that I know he's a black market. You don't need to tell us that kind of thing.
Mhm.
To try to get her to spill some more beans about that situation.
She says, I have a few ideas, but I don't know for sure. It might have been more weapons. It might have been information of opportunities of where to hit. It might have been information on what the pushback is going to be for the plan. It could have been all sorts of things. He never wrote it down. Doesn't keep a diary. I just found this out from a couple, well, witnesses who saw him leaving and going down certain streets.
Do you know where
Took
they
me.
last? Oh, sorry.
He said it took me weeks to piece it together. Just, yeah, I managed to. I think that's who he met with.
Can you confirm he met with him? Or do you know he just went there?
Briggs won't meet with me. I tried to contact them. I think I did it all right. I think I left the dead drop in the right place. Nothing. And I think they might be spooked because it's me. Or maybe there's, maybe there's hard to get a hold of.
You want us to find him and then what? Just talk to him.
Find out what happened. Oh, I need to know. You can talk to him. I don't think he'll come to me. I don't think he'll. He's too flighty to take a walk with people. I think he's gonna just ask him if he met with Hutton. Ask him if what happened. Not here for revenge or anything like that. If that helps.
Okay, so more of a house call, less a break-in.
But a house call to a person whose house is the entire city and doesn't share the address is.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm asking you guys.
It's a loose thread to start pulling on, but
It's
it would be helpful if we knew
it's
what
a
it unraveled.
beige-colored needle in a haystack.
So you want this to be like a job, or do you want us to use downtime to do this?
You would have to use downtime to do this, at least to find him at first, because you don't know where to go.
Yeah, okay.
Not that finding Hutton isn't important, but does the cause really gain anything from us expending all of this work to find one member, important as he may be? It's a lot of work.
I mean,
and there's a lot of lives on the line. And we don't even know if he's in danger yet.
Most people say no. That's why that's why I did this on my own time. That's why I'm asking you this as a personal favor.
Now, as a personal favor, this can be looked at. A favor for a favor in kind, maybe?
Sure.
Okay. Hicks sits back and just sits. He was leaning forward to have that brief exchange and sits back and just that works.
So this favor for a future favor. We don't have to come up with it now.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Obviously it's not well, she wouldn't use the term blank check, but she says obviously it's not anything but within
a
reason.
favor of equal or lesser caliber.
Yeah.
As usual. Good.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm down.
Yeah, I can put some feelers out. I can reach out to my contacts.
I have a little birdie who might have his eyes out.
Let me know when you can.
Stick to my day job.
I think if we're done, I think Brian's gonna hang back for a second as everyone else leaves. Look over at Circe and say, "You know he's dead, right?"
Even if he is, I have to know why. And maybe there's proof.
Tighten up your security. Look to your enemies. We will do what we can.
We all have bodyguards now. She glances at her husband, who clearly looks like he could be one.
Refresh my memory. Grind knows how Frey died, yeah? Or no?
It
Yeah,
would
we
say,
learned about Frey.
like, yeah, no, it's clearly like Frey was murdered by someone in cold blood.
Yeah, I think he says,
Oh, yeah, publicly
think-
everyone knows Frey was murdered in cold blood. But yes, Grind knows specifically who did it.
A bodyguard, yeah, that will help a little, but I've been doing some digging of my own. You may have a hired mercenary problem. Meaning that whoever is after you has deep pockets and connections.
She and her husband, like, share a look. And you get the impression they've talked about this. Or something like this. Like, is this enough? She says, "We're not going into hiding. We need to be a voice."
As the proud Skovs you are, that would be right. Perhaps lean into that. Be in public all the time. Do not be alone. Do not give them the opportunity.
Good idea. Thank you. And
I'll let you know what we find.
I'll let you know if I find out anything else. And yeah, you guys are escorted out.
Once Grind gets back and we are out of there, I want to basically tell the rest of the Union this job is pointless and you shouldn't waste your time on it, and then just leave it there.
Why? Hudson was a friend. A good one. He helped me greatly. I owe him. I will not be dropping this.
If he left, I originally thought he left because the heart column came out. But if he hasn't come back by now,
Oh, he's
something
certainly
happened.
dead. He is certainly dead, but we must find out who.
He's dead, or he is dead to the cause at the very least. Because if he left in such a pivotal moment, he knew there wouldn't be coming back unless he was removed by some external force. So I feel like the part that we need to decipher as to whether or not he left of his own volition, in which case he's done. We don't need him anymore. He's not cut out for it. It won't help anyone. But if he left under someone else's power, that proves a problem.
Marissa, I think I didn't hear what you said before.
Why does it prove a problem? And I don't remember what I said, so.
If he left by someone else's force, it means they have access to what he has access to. They have access to what he knows. They have access to the now defunct plans. The sense changed, but the roots are the same. The actors are the same. They can prepare in a way they couldn't before.
At this point, I would say it's safe to say that, of course, they have that. If he was still alive,
If he's alive, but he could also be dead, and that's helpful to know too.
Count him out. Assume that he's not an actor in this. He's one person. It doesn't matter.
One
But-
person, the head of a revolution and the head of a fairly well-known street gang.
Even if Hutton can't help, Cersei can. And by doing this favor for her, when we need someone found or something protected, we have another ally.
All right. Well, I've said what I wanted to say.
So I can't do much in the ways of tracking or
That's me.
yep. But what I can do is tell more people to look.
I have a tracking project of my own right now, but I'll see if I can have time.
It's
Yeah, I
your
mean,
time.
we'll have to do it later. I mean,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have a
That-
full schedule today.
That was
Yeah, we-
that was in
Yep.
character. I said that in character that I have a tracking project.
Yeah, the Hicks
Lo-
just,
oh,
Hicks
nice.
was like, yeah, we have that other meeting we should be getting going
Yeah.
to.
Perfect.
Let me fall back into character. Hold on. You are the knight.
You're a method actor.
Stop the criminal. Stop their criminal. Stop their
Stop their
criminal.
No, more gravel in the throat.
Well, let
Yes.
me. All right, I am the bird.
So with that, let's go to a break. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Yep.
Oh, thank you for watching. And yeah, 5 minutes.